Hello, everybody, and welcome to a brand new stream. Today, I don't know why I've got the Twitch chat on the screen. We're not even on Twitch right now, are we? So, that's supposed to show the YouTube one as well. So, I don't know why that's not working. So, cheers for that. Nice one. Get rid of it for now. Welcome to a brand new live stream. That's the fakest smile I've ever done. I don't know what I'm doing. Today, we have the European Grand Prix in 1993. So, it is the Donington Grand Prix circuit in use, my local track. Yes! Get in there! If you're wondering why am I only on YouTube, want to grow my channel, to continue being a content creator, that's what I need to do. You cannot grow on Twitch unless you commit to doing like 100,000 YouTube shorts each week, and I don't want to do that. So we're going to give the old YouTube streaming a try and really push for the YouTube streaming, because we know in the past, if you stream consistently on the YouTube platform, you do eventually pick up some traction. So we're going to start, I guess, at zero, really. I can't imagine too many people will be watching this stream today or the ones in the coming days, because I'm only on YouTube instead of Twitch. But hopefully, at some point, we can get there. There should still be emotes, Carelines, or there might only be for YouTube members, though. But that's why we're only on YouTube today. I hope you can all understand that. If you have been looking at the highlights videos I've been putting on the other channel, I don't even know what you call it. The second channel, the main channel, the other channel, the one called The James Early instead of James Early. I updated all the thumbnails and the titles to be a bit more, like, I don't know, not clickbaity. Obviously not clickbaity, because I'm not lying, but a bit more YouTube friendly, I guess. The video channel, sure, the video channel. So I've been working on that today, in order to, appeal to more viewers, I guess. So I uploaded a video today. It's got so many dislikes. What have I done? What have I done, everybody? I don't know what I've done, but the video uploaded today is already on multiple dislikes. I don't ever usually get dislikes. So, crazy. Absolutely crazy. Oh, thank you, Benjamin, for gifting a sub. No, gifting a membership, should I say. A membership. So, shout out to Benny, who's been gifted a membership. Nice one. You can't wait to get taken out in this race like we did in the AMS one. Yeah, we did Automobilista Co-op the other day. If you've not seen that one, it's on the video channel now, or you can watch the live stream on this channel. It was, unfortunately, not good, considering it was my own home track. It really did not go according to plan. Hello, Thomas. Good to see you. Although Thomas is streaming himself in like 9 minutes. Thomas, by the way, has a new microphone. He's got the exact same microphone as me, so he's taken his live streaming game up to the next level. People is not right, says Fur. Who's not right? The people. I did do spoilers. It's the Alboreto one. No, spoilers is fine. It depends, like, what it is. Like, I'm not going to spoil who wins the race. And I'm not going to spoil the outcome of James Early's race. The other people is just, whatever, I guess. You cannot bloody wait for this bloody race. People is not right, says Chris, yeah. How do I feel about the Saudi GP moving to Qiddiya circuit in 2028? I don't really have an opinion. I don't really care. However, I'll tell you what I do care about. The news of the week. Let's check out the Formula 1 news of the week. I did watch the race yesterday, Tress, yeah. A Williams double retirement in Brazil led to Alesi claiming his second victory in Formula 1 and draw level with Senna and Berger in the championship. Why do people keep saying people with a 3 in the name? I'm so confused. Hello, Sampas. Have I seen the Qiddiya? So yes, I have. Well, I've seen what it's supposed to be. You bought the Lewis Hamilton Lego helmet today, so we'll be building that whilst watching. That is cool. I like that. James Early was unable to describe the lack of pace in Brazil, though he did accept responsibility for his collision with Grillard, which we got a 20-second time penalty for. How do I feel about F1 cancelling the Bahrain and Saudi Arabian Grand Prix? What? No way, dude. That's crazy. Reports suggest Streamline are unhappy with Barilla's performances, but because of the backing the Italian is supplying the team, there will be no change. I mean, he's bringing a big sponsor, Barilla Pasta. Oh, yeah. This weekend, McLaren bring a new front wing, and so do Benetton again. Benetton also improved the car's body design, whilst Ligier have shaved some weight, and Streamline have brought an upgrade, and it's a tiny reliability update. That's it. That's it. When Jaden Harrison live. What do you mean? This is not Jaden Harrison's channel. What do you mean, when's Jaden Harrison live? Wrong channel. Fish fingery man, whatever your name is. When Harrison live again? It's not Jaden. It's not Jaden Harrison. When has it ever been changed in that Jaden Harrison's channel? Right. Anyway, championship standings going into this one. We have Ayrton do Brasil. I was going to say James Early. I keep getting James Early and Jean Alazy mixed up lately. Every time I'm typing in Alazy's name, I always spell it Alazy, and I put my name as Arlie because I'm thinking Jean. It's very confusing. Anyway, Senator Lazyburger tied for the top. Williams, McLaren, Ferrari close together in the constructors. We have no points yet this season, and we did finish in Brazil, but it was only 10th place, and it was behind Barrichello. So we've got work to do if we want to. Technically, he's ahead of me in the championship now, because of his best result of 9th, which is a shame. Can we get some Jaden Harrison love in this chat for once? Fishfinger turned up, says, when Jaden Harrison live? I said, I don't know because I'm not Jaden Harrison. And then he says, okay, I leave. Baffling. Absolutely baffling. As Andrea De Cesaris has just crashed in the practice session in the background. We'll find out what's going on there. Also, today, so everybody will be happy to know, we will have this on the screen, but here. And then me in the bottom right. And then the thing at the top. Oh, I should have turned off the live radio thing. I should have done that. Forgot about that. Or move the live radio down. I should have probably done that before. We can do that now. I'll do that now. I just want to see what happened to De Cesaris because he just died, I think. Where is he? Andrea De Cesaris. 1-2. Just curious as to what he's done. So he just said he lost a wheel. Oh my god. Yeah, final corner. He didn't fancy taking that final corner. So he just threw it into the wall and it's brilliant. Nice. Well, that's a practice crash. He's got time before qualifying, so he's okay. He's a gooner. What do you mean he's a gooner? It'll be okay. Right, now I need to restart and change the overlay that I forgot to do. And then we'll be ready to go. Pro streamer moment. Pro streamer moment. When Matt 212 live. I don't know. I know, Thomas. I know. I was pretending to not read. Is the early-thon clock counting for this? No, Sampass, it is not. I paused it. When James Early live. Right now. Good evening, Ninja. Sorry, I didn't even say hello to everybody who's here. So we got Drewski, Dashy, Fur, Nick, Benjamin, Retro, Ash, Jamie, Alphabet, McKinney, Peter, Carolines, Ralph, Chris, Benny. Did I say Triss already? Yes, I said Triss. Lazera. Where's my peanuts, says Lazera. We have... Anybody else? Thomas is here. We have Drewski. We have... Fishfinger. No, Fishfinger's not here. Fishfinger turned up and left. Sampass is here. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else here who wants to say hello? Scream is here, watching James on the big screen whilst he plays on my phone for chat. And you edit the end of your 2015 season. Good bank holiday before you start. That's the new job. It's the new job. The new job starting. Come on. Welcome, Jamie, to the pit crew as well. Thank you very much for Jamie becoming a member. Oh, yeah. It took you 10 minutes to get the paper. Well, mate, if I would have given up after a minute. I respect that. Hello, Destiny and Ginger Rage. Good to see you all. Oh, by the way, guys, make sure to leave a like on the live stream. I can tell you all to do that now. I mean, I could have done that before, but on Twitch you can't like live streams, can you? But on YouTube you can. So, yeah, pretty good, huh? Pretty good. Yo, James, when would Tom 14 and Jaden 64 live, bro? Well, Thomas is going to be live in 3 minutes. Jaden, because of his broken stuff, he's not going to be live for a while. I feel like I'm a bit low down here. I should be a bit higher. Oh, it's too late to change that now. Okay, let me fix my plugin before we move forwards. Oh, what is it called? What is it called? Left side, top side again. Ah, right, okay. Going to guess 70. 5. I'll probably mess this up. Right, load into the game. When Josh Cassar live. Yeah, when Josh Cassar live. Hello, All-Star. Went into the barrier back. Is Into the Barrier gone? I don't know. I saw an Into the Barrier video about 10 years ago, but that's about it. I don't really watch. No more twitching. No Crumply, because I want to grow my channel. So I can continue to be a YouTube dude. And I can't do that on Twitch, because Twitch, you can't really grow on it. So we're going to just commit to YouTube for this series and the AMS co-op series and see how we get on. Just hope for the best, basically. You hope Man City beat Everton. Is that the match on today? When Triss lad live? I didn't know you streamed Triss. Caroline's heard Gooner. Jaden will stream the next Super Truck World Challenge race tomorrow. Ah, there you go then. But the early thong is still on. The early thong is still on, yes. We were streaming for about 5 hours earlier on Twitch whilst I was making some videos. We were cooking. Absolutely scintillating cooking was going on. Hey, yo, that sounds a bit weird, actually. Okay, now we can load back into the game. And everything should work fine. When is your dad live? It's kind of dark. Forest are beating Chelsea 3-0. Yeah, okay. You've grown from a silent watcher to an active chatter. How long did that take, Ralph? Before you made the switch? Okay. Here we are. This is practice. I'm going to do 1 lap in practice. Just to test everything out. Okay, yeah, we've got that thing in the bottom of the screen. It tells you your lap count and, you know, time and stuff. That's good, I think. I turned off the bottom third overlay, so it doesn't get in the way. I mean, it's slightly messy. Maybe I've moved the left bit down a couple more pixels so it's not overlapping. But apart from that, this looks okay, and at least you guys will be able to see the standings, which is nice. When's your dad coming home? Don't make me cry. Not on my grand return to YouTube live streaming. You get ads on YouTube. Nick does not possess a ad blocker. Oh, today you're at your PC, so you can chat. That's nice. When I had my debut here, what, in GPFL? Need to turn the game up a bit. I can't hear it. Hello, Casey. On your Casey Kirk Racing channel. Yeah, that makes sense, Nick. That makes sense. I currently have YouTube Premium because I got a free month of it. Fishfinger says every second freezing. I think that's a you issue, Fishfinger. I've dropped 0 frames on my end. This is Donington. Yes, Ash, we have to go through the playoffs. Fingers crossed it all works out. I'm going to sneeze. Joe! Done. Donny Park. Thanks, Triss. Why so loud? Good to expel energy that way, I think. I did move the microphone away, so I wasn't shouting into the microphone. I love Donington. I think it flows so well. James, one more message about the AI twins. I'll have to ban you from the channel. Oops, down the track. This is just practice. I'm going to box here. Bless you and your ears. Was it really that loud? Sorry. We even have mods over here. Thomas? Yeah, but he's gone to the stream now. So if anything happens in the stream chat, I'll have to just do it myself. I hate Donington. No, how could I possibly hate Donington? I love Donington. I'm a big fan of Donington, I'd say. What pasta should you have for dinner? Fusilli, spirali, penne, or spaghetti? I go spirali. That's a fun one. That used to be my go-to. You need to edit and you have 2 streams to watch. JD, mate, you need to lock in. You can have the streams on in the background, right? You got to lock in, bro. Senna was using the pit lane to gain time in the race. Yeah, just full speed through the chicane every lap. That's nice. Okay. Here we are in qualifying. The weather, as so often is the case here, is finish the lyric. Come on, just one of you, please. Is good, just wonderful, bang average, just wonderful. Over 30 degrees and climbing. It's a fantastic day. For IndyCar. For Formula 1. Oh, we've got Sonic sponsors. Mario Andretti leaves the pit lane and is going out for his... My God, what is this camera? Holy smokes, why is it shaking like that? The cameraman up in like a gantry just... That's quite funny. Carrie, why do you keep putting Dictator and Mbappe? One more of them and you're timed out. Williams was first with McLaren second, 100 points behind. Don't we just love a close championship fight? Cameraman's on the AMR 26. Are we on speed boots? Who would win in a fight, Mario Andretti in 2026 or Sonic the Hedgehog? Death threats left. What? Who have I threatened, Crumply? What have I said? What have I said? As it's a Mario. Round in the first corner. You know what I forgot to do? I keep doing it every single race. Is I forgot to check if there's any circuit-specific liveries that I was supposed to delete. There was. Oh, I'm so stupid. So in qualifying, there's going to be a Benetton, Arrows, Ferrari, Scuderia Italia, Ligier, Jordan, McLaren, Sauber, Tyrrell, and Williams that were all wrong because I forgot to delete them because I'm stupid, okay? I'm absolutely stupid. So some of the numbers are going to be wrong. Some of the liveries are going to be wrong. Like this one, I can even see it's a Senna on the side, I think, instead of Andretti. Why don't I edit the liveries to fit my season? What are you talking about? A quali only livery, yeah. Every driver races the same livery in qualifying. I hear a fire alarm. Hold on. Just in case I'm like dying or something. False alarm.
Michael Andretti
has just taken pole position.
You should always edit the special circuit-specific liveries to fit your current season. To be fair, not something I really care about personally. I just want one livery for the whole season. I'm not bothered about. David, I have. It's actually funny. Yeah, it's pretty funny. It's the ghost of Mika from my '92 season. Dashy, was it you who joined my Discord to ask, can we vote on who dies next? Because I saw you message in Jaden's Discord. Andrea de Cesaris. De Cesaris first now. And it confused me because you said in Jaden's Discord, like something like, how many drivers is James killing off? Or why does he keep killing people off? I've killed one person in 10 years. That's Mika Hakkinen is the first and only person I've killed off in a career mode. Do I know when James Early Memorial Day? It's like 26th of January? Oh, just retirement. Ah, okay. Why kill a driver? That's disrespectful. See, when we did it, I thought, oh, somebody's going to be silly enough to think that. Think about it. Actually think about it. Why is it disrespectful I've killed an AI driver off? It's not real. It's a game. It literally means nothing. You're not the equivalent of James Early. Who said you're James Early DLC? What? I don't know what's up with people today. First, we had somebody joining saying, is Jaden Harrison streaming? I say no, and they say, okay, bye. Everyone asks you about me. But people are asking me about you, Jaden. So, Senna first.
Senna is now in pole position.
Who am I even looking at here? It's Grelard. Don't care about Grelard. So Senna first now in the Williams. It's Jaden's fault for becoming a content creator, I think. James is Jaden DLC. Yes, that's more true. Jaden's doing it all, though, watching 2 streams, editing a vid, and driving the streamline. Yeah, he's out on track. No, he's not. He's in the pits right now. Let's set this to the leader. Who's out on track? Paolo Barilla, who is under scrutiny for being shit. Where is he? Is that him? There he is. But he's not going to lose his seat. Playing 94 season when he suffered a fatal accident. James, I will not kill him off because unless he died in my career mode. Mods 99 onwards don't have them. Makes it easier for you, but you'll make at least a non-tobacco version of every livery then. Wow. Dedication. The sort of dedication I don't really have. Hello, Shanika. We're only on YouTube today. Yes, we are. Under scrutiny for being shit. Sounds like a James Hunt commentary call, yeah. This is not the Twitch chat, Geki. No, it's not. Speaking of shit, Leclerc's final lap yesterday was probably one of the worst in F1 history. It was hilarious. It was absolutely hilarious. Leclerc, it's funny because the results will show that Hamilton finished 2 positions ahead of Leclerc when Hamilton was nowhere all race. I know he got damage, obviously, but it's kind of funny. Which team is the Streamline car based on for this year? It's based on the Lotus. We've had big issues getting into the game. You like editing liveries? See, Benny, I absolutely hate editing liveries. I've always hated it. It always just feels like such a chore for me to do. Anyway, Barilla is only 7 seconds off the pace right now as Belmondo goes ahead of him with a 16-1. 5.5 seconds off, so not much better, actually. You saw a Chinese ad for a lotion. Good times. Let's put a hat on. my hair doesn't fall in front of my face. How many times did he shortcut the track? At least once. Making a custom livery for the AC 1986 Benetton. Nice. How about I do a lap? How much YouTube rams posts down my throat? I'm surprised that someone has just asked me if I'm streaming. Yeah, I guess. It's like when I say, when I'm streaming on Twitch or something, okay, predictions are open, everyone. Predictions are open in a few minutes' time. I'll put it up for 5 minutes. Predictions open. I'll keep going. Let's see predictions. And then the moment it closes, there'll be somebody in the chat saying, oh, damn it, did I just miss predictions? Yeah, I've been saying it for like 10 minutes. We're screaming it. Okay. Early time. Oops. Okay. Kimmy's the driver to beat. Yeah, most definitely. Streamline the Simtech with a blue and purple livery. We could be cooking with that one. Jaden's streams help you relax. That's nice. That's nice. It reminds me of when people say to me, I fall asleep to your streams or videos. And I think, is that a good thing? No, Clay. Earlython is very much alive. We streamed for 5 hours today. See, this is one of those times, right? I've seen it with other people who, like, do something different for a day, right? Just like Clay. Clay doesn't mean it. Obviously, Clay doesn't mean anything bad by it. But people will ask, you know, if I did something, F1 Challenge for so many days, and then randomly did something else, there'll be people who say, is the F1 Challenge career mode dead? No! What? What would make you think that? So I'm boring? What is the earlython? It's a subathon I've been doing on Twitch, where I just stream every day, basically. Past the timer until the timer hits 0, and then I stop streaming.
You're down at the first sector.
Only on YouTube, because Clay, I want to grow my audience, and there is absolutely no way of doing that on Twitch. Not without spending hours a day making TikToks and Instagram reels, and I don't want to do that. But I know, because it's happened in the past, you stream on YouTube for long enough, they get, you know, they get viewers, so we may as well just try that. Exactly, Fishfing, yeah. People pay money to keep the stream going. Whoa! Big moment there. 13.6 for the first lap. No, Weeb, only on YouTube today. I mean, now a YouTube partner. YouTube partner doesn't actually do much. I think YouTube partner is just when you get to 1,000 subs and you can monetize. We're down by 4/10 on this lap. Now that I'm a lot more consistent, I just feel like I can dive into it a bit more. Now that I'm not yo-yoing so much, you know? This has not been a good lap. It's not as good on F1 Challenge, Jamie. AMS with those cars is so enjoyable, in my opinion. This is still good, though. Right, we can go much quicker because I gained like 4 or 5 tenths in that final sector. We'll bring it back to the pits. I should partner with Sky. Hello, Sky. Would you like to partner with my channel? There we go. How many subs you got? I don't know, 10k. How many viewers you got? I don't know, like 30 or something. Ooh. Nah, mate. Sorry. Don't they hang up?
You're down at the first sector.
My opinion about the Miami Grand Prix. Really good for the first 20 laps. Then kind of boring. Then really good for the final, like, 4 laps. Partner with Eurobulk. Hello, Eurobulk Industries. How may I help you? Hi there. I'm a content creator from the UK. I wonder if I could partner with you. I've got 70 viewers. God damn. There's more than I thought. Well, make sure, everybody, to leave a like on the live stream. Please. If you don't have to. I feel like I hate saying it, but I want people to like the live stream, yeah? Like, I don't know how you can go about it without saying, please, if you want to, consider liking the... That's better. If you would like to, consider liking the live stream. There we go. That's less begging its energy, I'd say. Box. Oh, the sprint was, yeah, kind of rubbish. Barrichello's not set a lap yet. Look at some of the other drivers out there. Paolo Barilla goes across the line. 15th, he's improved. Okay. Not as bad as he was before. He's now only 5 seconds off. Or maybe like the average straight right now. Third set's too small for your frame. Oh, is that the ones that came with the wheel, Jaden? Is that the ones you're talking about? Hakkinen could not like this stream, no. To have a paddock pass for all next F1 season for life, but the catch is I have to delete my channel and Twitch and disappear without a trace. For a paddock pass for all next F1 seasons for my whole life, I think... yes. I'd do that and then sell it. And with that money, I can then start a new channel. Right? And live off the money I got selling a lifelong paddock pass. Gerhard Berger, whose teammate Andretti is 4th right now. I'd have to pay for travel costs. No, I'm selling it. I'm not keeping it. I'm just selling it. If that's the deal, I have to delete all my online stuff, but doesn't say I can't sell it. Because I feel like you could sell a lifelong paddock pass for Formula 1 to somebody for a lot of money. We forgot about Alboreto. No, Alboreto was... I gave an update, I think, at the start of the season on Alboreto. He's out of his coma, but he's not racing in Formula 1 anymore, obviously. Gerhard Berger 2nd. So he is ahead of his teammate Andretti. Mate, that camera angle is so funny. Just... Oh, Paul Belmondo, yeah. Let's get a bit of Belmondo action. You found your F1 2026 prediction. It's so bad. The only thing you got was McLaren and Mercedes at the top. You put Haas in last place in Cadillac over Audi and Haas. Aston in 3rd. When did you make those predictions, Geki? You love Neymar Jr. Carry on. I'm that close to just banning you. I don't know why. Harrison on an outlap. He's editing a video on an outlap. Got 2 streams up as well. You can't sell the pacifics by name. Oh, no, I'm not accepting it then. I'd have no use for it. Has Alboreto got enough money for a decent life? Oh, most definitely. Alboreto will be rich. If you're in Formula 1, you're rich. And you're DMing Shanika. Damn, bro. Multitasking to the next level. Who will win the World Cup? Maybe France. No. Maybe Spain. Not Italy, no. Yeah, predicted only one Antonelli win, and he's already on 3. Only James Jr. praise, please. No other juniors. Yeah, Australia are definitely going to win the World Cup, yes. Luca Barola. Streamline fully supporting Harrison's streamer side hustle in the hopes it brings in more income for the team. Cape Verde, are they in the World Cup? Badoa 12-7. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Is my teammate out there yet? No. Senna's going for another lap, but he's not improving right now. Yeah, he's live streaming in 1993. Basically, it's live television, isn't it? That's what he's doing. Live television. It's coming home. God, that makes me cringe. Thumbs up if you like racing. Yeah. Surprised Harrison hasn't requested his social links on his livery yet. We'll change all the advertising hoardings around the circuit to Jaden Harrison Racing. Thumbs down from Jaden. Jaden, do you use YouTube at all on your actual Jaden Harrison Racing channel? Or do you purely use that when you are, like, uploading? Got, who else we got out there? Ricardo Patrese. Just for uploading. Yeah, fair enough. Cape Verde are in, along with Uzbekistan, Curacao, and Democratic Republic of the Congo. And Wales didn't get in. That's wild. And that is Patrese up to 2nd now. Schumacher on a lap, and he's improving. That Benetton has brought another new front wing upgrade and a body upgrade. So they've reduced the drag on the body. More downforce at the front wing. Reduced drag on the front wing as well. Is it going to power Schumacher to... I was going to say an early grave then. What am I... Whoa. Whoa. Almost... those are inside thoughts, James. Inside thoughts. Don't say them out loud. Where is Suzuki? That's Suzuki. Did I see Michael? Not in person, no. I don't know, for some reason, as soon as I said, is it going to power him? In my brain, it said, to an early grave. And I thought, why would I say that? Why would I ever say that? Streamline is sponsored by Twitch. But I'm on YouTube now. No, we can't do that. With a revolutionary new dial-up technology to live stream at a massive 3 FPS in the lowest standard definition possible. Putting the early grave. Oh dear. There's some dynamic cameras at this track. I'm not sure I'm a fan, actually. That's a spoiler. A spoiler for like the 2000 season where I'm going to kill off Schumacher. Very soon, Tris, we will. It is wild if you think about it. Italy, how much success they have in motorsport, and especially with Formula One, in the form of Ferrari, and other teams throughout the years as well. Crazy to think they've only ever had one Formula One world champion. You know, an Italian driver. Alberto Ascari, that's it. Oh, and Farina. Two Formula One world champions. Martini improving. It's just baffling to me. But they have had lots of motorbike riders, haven't they? Having lots of success. Giacomo Agostini, anybody? Yeah, that old guy. Speaking of Agostini, he's on a lap right now. Martini across the line to improve to 8th place. Meanwhile, we have Marco Agostini. Yeah, a lot of mediocre drivers. I can't even think if they had a championship quality driver since Ascari. They must have had a few. You know, who in the right car could have won a championship. I guess if Mansell wasn't there in 92 portrays, he could have won. I need an 80s F1 cap. Yeah, I need some merch. Kaylee Alboreto. Didn't he finish like, what was it, second or third in one of the seasons? Lorenzo Bandini. Yeah, who suffered an unfortunate end as Agostini goes 17th. Definitely Bado, you think so? Fisichella, right? No, I don't think Fisichella. Because when he was teammates with Alonso, he was absolutely wiped across the floor. Like a dirty rag. Jarno Trulli, similar to Fisichella, I think. De Angelis, I don't really know how good he was. Early Burnback Agostini, 15th, 16th, 17th right now. Oops. Woo! Who did I almost murder there? Ivan Capelli. Okay. Badoer in his prime. When was Luca Badoer's prime? If you put prime Fisichella in the 2014 Merc with Max Chilton as his teammate, he wins the World Drivers' Championship. Pit exit for the AI does not work. They will kill each other. Jaden, we simulated 2 or 3 races. We had no issues. Like, genuinely, there was no issues. So maybe we just got lucky. Because we were testing the circuit because I know you said shouldn't use it, and I was thinking there's no problem. We were simulating races and nothing was happening. Maybe we just got lucky. I reckon we got... What's the difficulty? 106, I think. I've not tried the 2016 Skyfall mod. I don't know what that is. I'm guessing it's nothing to do with Skyfall the movie. Lazy lost the title by 2 points to Hill. Because he crashed on his own in the last race. Wow. Oh, it's just a 2016 one. Oh, right, okay. No, I've not played that. Chanika's a goat. The goat.
You're down at the second sector.
I need context. Not improving on this lap again. Is this thing on? Hello? Yes, yes it is. Offer to put... Bro, he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. The great, maybe the greatest of all. Maybe the real greatest. We did improve on that lap. 13.4. I definitely need to look towards the 12s, I think. That's a better first sector, yeah. Up by almost 3 tenths. This is Donington Park. Can we get the Muppets to sponsor Streamline? There's already enough Muppets in the team. Need to go and berate the Welsh at some point. Ah yes, daily tasks to do. Wake up, eat breakfast, berate the Welsh, have lunch, go to sleep. No dinner. This is a much better lap. This could lift me right up the order. 14th, okay, not as up the order as I thought, but we are into the 12s. On 12.9 with that one. No Twitch today, Parrot. No. I'll say it again for anybody like who missed on the earlier one. I'm trying to grow the channel, you know, so I can keep doing YouTube and stuff. But there's not really any good way to do that on Twitch, so I really need to just focus on YouTube, I guess. I'll still do the stream other things on Twitch, but like this series and the AMS co-op will just be on YouTube. So early, halfway up the grid. After those laps. Which car am I driving in? I'm driving in the Jordan.
You're down at the second sector.
I've run out of fuel! I've run out of fuel! Need to get back to the pits, quick! Can't let the engine cut out on me before I get to the pits. Yes, Shanika. That's better, yeah. We made it back.
You failed to improve your position. You are now 14.
Yeah, Zanardi can drive in this career mode. The Jordan was Michael Schumacher's car in 1991. Wasn't the real pit different? I don't know. I think that was the way they came into the pits in the 93 race. Järgi av letto on alla. Järgi av letto. Jordan in 1993 nailed the steering wheel into the driver's hands to improve handling. For context, look at the steering wheel. Look at the driver's hands. Something's not right. Leto improves by half a second and goes to 9th. Not many other drivers actually improving. Where's Barrichello? Barrichello's 21st right now, so I'm ahead of him by a whole second on his first lap. We have the Michael. Well, there is an entrance there on the left. I don't know when they use that, or if they use that. Did the mod maker use MS Paint to make this mod? It looks shit. I mean, it's F1 Challenge, so how good can you really get it? Michael stays 5th. Agostini's on pit exits. Right now, Herbert and Alesi yet to set times. Herbert is out there now, though. There he is. Johnny. Gameplay over graphics. Me too. I'm in the same camp as you. That could be a question then. What do you guys prefer? Gameplay or graphics? What's more important to you in a game? I'd say gameplay. Most definitely gameplay. My 92 mod looks 10 times better. 92 did look a bit more high definition, I'd say. Most definitely. But it was really hard to run properly. It was terribly unoptimized. At least this one is a bit more smooth, I'd say. Gameplay. You guys are watching F1 Challenge gameplay, so I guess it's probably a skewed perspective. Depends on the game. I guess it does, yeah, to a certain extent. Herbert 11th after that one. Got Gianni Morbidelli out there. You love GP2 graphics. Oh, you love GP2 graphics is far from being a priority for you. Yeah, I also very much like GP2. I need to make some GP2 videos. I keep getting distracted by other things I have to do. The Sega sponsorship on the side is images you can hear. Sega! Graphics matter a little in that you actually have to... Yeah, you have to see what you're doing, yeah. Which is the downside for me when it comes to Grand Prix 2. I do like it and I enjoy the graphics, but sometimes it's hard to see. Morbidelli 16th. Agostini. Let's see Agostini in the Sister Minardi. Right, yes, Jaden. Lock the F in, bro. Could I try the pit entry before the final corner? Tris, you can't go through. It's just a wall. Playing Wonders of Sodor with your kid. The gameplay in this is worlds better, and possibly the graphics too, actually. I've seen some Wonders of Sodor videos. What do you even do in it? Really, I'm trying to think. I used to be obsessed with Thomas the Tank Engine when I was a kid, but what do you do in Wonders of Sodor? The real life trophy, yeah, I've seen it before. You drive the trains, but is it like sim driving like a train sim, or is it just more, would you call it arcade-like? Basically railway simulator, but they've used Thomas to give it a story mode. There's a story mode! God. Is Diesel 10 in it? You can run, but you can't hide. I used to be terrified. Who's watched Thomas and the Magic Railroad? The movie. Diesel 10 from that used to give me nightmares. There's a Thomas racing game. There was a Thomas racing game on like Flash Player that I used to play. You have my attention. I rewatched the Magic Railroad like 4 or 5 months ago. You saw that Thomas film at the cinema. I was a bit too young to see it in the cinema, but I had it on DVD. It was probably one of the first DVDs my family owned. I've still got that. It's the same case. It looks disgusting. There's like, I don't know, weird blemishes and marks on it that I don't even want to know what it is. Much like Train Simulators are like £7,000 of DLC, yeah. I don't know how some of those games get away with that. Sodor Racing coming to the grid in '94. Ain't not a bad idea. I've heard about that, Jaden. Yeah, I'll be there for the next one. It's got Alec Baldwin in. Back when he didn't kill somebody. You platinumed Wonders of Sodor on PS5 when it came out. How long did that take you? There's a Sodor FC shirt out there. The Sodor Massive. Sense a pit exit crash. Well, if Jaden's to be believed, we're going to see a mental race where loads of people crash on the pit exit. Brundle 6th, behind his teammate. You got VHS tapes of races you taped on TV from the 80s and 90s F1 races. That's fun. I used to have a lot of VHS tapes because my grandma would tape TV shows for me when I was at school, like Art Attack. But then I'd take all the videotape boxes and build a whole pit complex out of them and have the Hot Wheels cars in the pits, and then I'd do it outside on the driveway and draw in chalk a massive circuit. And you'd have a full pit complex with a whole pit lane. Kind of really, really cool. Donington's on a 1-year contract. I guess so, yeah. What is VHS? Like a... I don't know, how do you explain VHS for somebody who doesn't know? It's like a videotape. It's like a big rectangle that has tape inside. Like reels of tape, which stores metadata of video in VHS format. Well, there was two, wasn't there? There was two quite popular ones. There was VHS, and then there was whatever the VHS competitor was. For realism's sake, Donington cannot afford to do it again. But I want Donington! Greelard! What's happened to Greelard? What's happened to him? Where even is he? Greelard, 24th. Oh dear, what's happened? He's off. He's off. Is he parking the car? He's parking the car. What about Burnback? I'll go out for my final run in a second. Or was it Sony Betamax? Yeah. You had both VCRs when you were a kid. See, Betamax, I don't know the name, but I've recognised it now. But, you know, I wouldn't know it off off the top of my head. So surely VHS came out on top in that. Somebody out on track. There's a yellow flag somewhere. There is. There's a Lotus in the background. What's the Lotus doing? It's just off the circuit. Anyway, Burnback looking to climb higher than 20th on the grid today. No, stays 20th. Should have been Alpha Max. Maybe they'd still be around. Who's my favourite Thomas character? Yours is Duck. See, I think I fell out of love with Thomas the Tank Engine at about the age of 6, so I really don't remember much. I remember all the basic ones. Like Thomas, Gordon, Henry, James, Percy, Mavis, Lady, obviously. Diesel 10. The 2 Diesel 10 dudes with him. I don't remember much after that. The Fat Controller. Right, anyway, let's go out for our final run. I have, not the big Thomas book, but I had a limited edition collection of all the original story books, which was apparently really rare, and I think I got it for Christmas when I was about 4 years old. That's a good question. I've not seen that for about 20 years. I have no idea where that is. I hope I still have it somewhere. I bet it's worth a lot of money. What happened to a lazy? Why? What's happened to a lazy? Is he just not set a lap? I just guess he's not set a lap, has he? He's still in the pits. You have the same. It's not a first edition, right? I'd like to see what it was. I can't remember specifics. Don't know what's going on with the lazy right now. Anyway, we are going out on track. I know it was expensive when it was bought for me. Little Thomas you could ride on like a cart. We could also store things in it. Damn, that's kind of cool. I used to have a lot of... I imagine a lot of you are the same as well when you were a kid. A lot of wooden train sets. And then after wooden train sets, I upgraded to the plastic train sets that had the battery-controlled trains. And I used to make circular tracks with 2 lanes so I could watch them race. It is happy Star Wars Day today.
5 minutes left of the session.
Alright, 5 minutes left in the session. We've got to get a move on here. The same rug with the town on it, yeah. Barilla out. And Lazy's still in the pits. Ferrari have a massive issue right now. I'm up by a 10th. How old am I? I'm 63. No, I'm 41. Yeah.
You're down at the second sector.
Nice. Another improvement. I look like it. Cheers, I think. Yes, I most definitely look 63. Not a great final corner. Is it going to be an improvement? It is. 12.5. We have time for one more. I'm already up to 13th, which is a fantastic result considering the car. I wonder if Barrichello is going to go quicker. On the limit there. We're up by another half second. Not half second. Half a tenth. This, Michael, is Donington.
There's only 3 minutes to go.
Barrichello is not, I don't know, he's not got a good lapping. I set the AI difficulty based on what Barrichello set when I was, testing.
Down to the second sector.
He set 12.6. So, I don't know, maybe he's just not getting the laps in today. Oh, no, that's done it. Little wobble there through the final corner. Yeah, 13-2. We're not improving there. Saying that, looks like a really good starting position for me in 13th. If we can stay in 13th. Barrichello, okay, he's on an improved lap now. Let's see what he can do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Got a little bit of traffic, but Barrichello stays out of the way. Oh, he's had to lift off there, I think. Goes to 21st. I think he lost a bit of time in that final sector. Is he going to go for another lap? No, he's on an in lap. Alazy's on an out lap. Okay. Good night, Shanika. Good night. What have I missed? You only collected Pokemon cards when you were young and played GP4, so you don't have any big toys from your childhood. You used to have small Thomas the Tank Engine locomotives with magnetic connectors, so you could connect them into a single train. Were they wooden? If they were wooden, maybe I had the same. Suzuki 22nd. So now we're going to look at Jean Alazy, who's on his one and only lap. Yes, it's not Zolder, guys. It's the Sonic Grand Prix. Yes, it is. What is chat's thoughts on Sonic the Hedgehog? I don't know anything about Sonic the Hedgehog. I speak about stuff from like 1980. You think I'm at least 32 plus. I think I just enjoy slightly older media than other people my sort of age. Alazy fourth with that one lap. There you go. Oh, it means Harrison's in the drop zone unless Harrison can do something about it. He's on a lap right now. This is make or break for Jaden Harrison. He needs to find half a tenth of a second. Otherwise, it's the two streamlines out. Through the first sector, he is down by 2 100ths. What in the world was his livery there when it came up the hill? That was weird. Used to play Sonic games on the iPad. Harrison is down by a bit more here. Checker flag is out. Hopefully Alazy doesn't put him off. Harrison needs to find an almighty final sector. Might be a low sector. Yeah, it might be. But it looked completely orange. Well, what is Alazy doing? Leave Harrison alone! Come on, Harrison. Up towards the line, mate. No, he's slower. He's out. That's the checker flag. That is the end of the session. I mean, Herbert's on our lap, so I guess we could wait for him to finish the lap. Both streamlines out. Both of them out for the first time this year. Barilla, I think it was maybe slightly closer this time around compared to... Yeah, unless there's a disqualification. Might be. That's... Oh, no, don't look at the replay. What is that car? It's just like brown. It's beige. We've got a beige car with no livery from this one camera angle. Oh well. Wouldn't mind owning an F-Zero AX cabinet. Yes. Yes, one of them. Yes, yes. I don't know what they are. Yes, yes, exactly. An F-Zero AX cabinet. Yes, yes. Yes, the poo car. Herbert improves to 12th. Nobody else can do a lap, so I'm going to pause. And that is the end of the qualifying session. Let's write down the results and then run the post-qualifying scrutineering and then get into the race. Be sure, if you want to, make sure to drop out a like on the stream if you feel like you'd be comfortable doing that. I'm trying to say it in a way that doesn't sound so demanding. Michael Schumacher, Martin Brundle, Michael Andretti. Very standard top 8. Williams, Ferrari, McLaren, Benetton. Like it there. Subscribe now. Comment down below. If you win F1, you get promoted to F0. So I've heard. Andrea De Cesaris ahead of JJ Leto. Then we have Pierre Luigi Martini. Jaden, I thought you said you weren't going to comment anymore. Go do your editing. Eric Comas. James Early, 14th. Oh, not bad. No problem, Nike boy. Mark Blundell. Luca Badoa. Bertrand Gasho. Gianni Morbidelli. Marco Agostini. Franz Birnbach. Ukyo Katayama. Rubens Barrichello. Aguri Suzuki. Manuel Naspetti. Olivier Grillard. And Paul Belmondo on the grid. So it means Harrison and Paolo Barilla miss out. So unfortunate. Both streamlines missing out. What a shame. Now we head to the post-qualifying scrutineering. 3 drivers picked at random. So we'll shuffle this. So Johnny Herbert has been called to the scrutineering bay. Olivier Grillard and Emmanuel Naspetti. Let's write that down. We've got Johnny Herbert, Olivier Grillard, and Emmanuel Naspetti. So, first up we have Johnny Herbert, who is fine. His car's legal. Olivier Grillard onto the block. His car is legal. And Emmanuel Naspetti is fine. Everybody fine today. It means there is going to be no streamline on the grid today, unfortunately. Sorry to all you streamline fans out there. As I'm curious, I'm going to see how Thomas's live stream's doing. Thomas is streaming right now on Twitch. He's racing the 1999 Chinese Grand Prix. And if that sounds cursed to you, then it's because it... Jaden's typing! Jaden, stop! Stop typing! Do you work? Right, anyway. It's Zhuhai, yeah, it is. Let's get the race set up. Streamline got us streamlined. Streamlined out the race. I can delete the circuit-specific liveries whilst I'm at this as well. Set up the starting grid. And check out what strategy we'll be on today. It's going to be a 76-lap race, and early is on it. Oh, they've put me on a 1-stop. Hitting lap 33. A 1-stop. Do they really want me to suffer at my home Grand Prix? They've put me on a 1-stop. Ah! The rubbish strategy. Well, we have to go with what the team wants. It'll be a 1-stop for early. What a shame. Save the specific liveries. Someone will use them. It's just in the base mod anyway. I don't need them. It's like just what comes with the 1993 mod Ninja. Like, I don't need it in my career mode, you know? But that 93 mod is just downloaded online. Anybody can download that. Is Streamline a fake team? Yes, it is, Fishfinger, yeah. Made up team. I made Streamline with my friend Dominic Foster in 2014. Lap 33 stupidly early? Yeah, it is. Lap 33, 1-stop strategy. They're torturing me out here. Season data. Drivers. Paste. My tyres will go pop. Yeah, maybe. We did get a puncture in the AMS race the other day, which I didn't even know was possible. It's like an F1 My Team. Yeah, you can kind of look at it as an F1 My Team, I guess. We're not racing for Streamline, though. They're just like there on the grid in the background. Right, F1 Challenge online. It's not online, though. We're not racing online. Predictions for the race. I guess I can't do predictions, so we'll do a poll, shall we? The poll in the chat. Start a poll. Where will James finish? Let's see what people think. First to 6th. 7th to 12th. Add more options. 13th to 18th. And 19th to 26th. I have no idea why I'm making a poll, but let's put a poll in there. One thing Twitch does have as an advantage, you've got channel points that you can, predict and get more points back. Why am I doing strategies like this? Arrow, it's because the AI just get a randomly generated strategy and I like to just follow what it says. Just feels like the team's giving me something to do, rather than me thinking, oh, I'm going to decide. I'm at the same disadvantage or advantage as an AI driver is. So it's a bit more of a level playing field, which I also enjoy. Some confident people out there, 7th to 12th is the most likely option. We've scored no points this season, bear in mind. We've had one 10th place finish at the second round in Brazil. Predictions aren't the same with that. I know, Jamie, I know. That's the downside. Maybe YouTube will introduce something like that at some point. Right, let's get into it, shall we? So 2 less drivers. We have no practice, no qualifying. Let's go. No, they don't. They're predetermined in files. Arrow, I use pit stop strategy generator for every track. I set that pit stop strategy generator and put that into the circuit GDB, which is what you're referring to, the predetermined ones in the files. And that's the same strategies I use. I give myself one through that. Been doing that for a while. Warm-up is wet, interestingly. That's interesting. Right, let's end that poll. See what people have been saying. Most people think I'm going to 7th to 12th, all right. A decent amount of confidence in my abilities today. Not many people going for points positions, though. Voted despite being... Well, Thomas, if you get to this point, when you see this moment, please say hello in the chat so I can see the message. Voted despite being an hour behind in the stream. No idea what's presently happening. There we go. Thomas is watching 1 hour behind. So in 1 hour, we'll be caught up, I guess. Okay. So we are going for a 1 stop today. 33 laps. Put a bit of extra fuel in just in case. And it's a 76 lap race. So then it wants us to do a 43 laps second stint. Holy smokes. Yeah, we're going to be pretty heavy. Radiator intake up. Engine RPM limit down. Brake duct size up. Brake pressure down. And that should be good. Save that as the race setup. What tyres are people on here? They're on the... wow, the full wets in warm-up. Okay, sure. Let's give this a go. They're in the full wet tyres. So a massive downpour on the Sunday morning here at Donington. Which is going to make things pretty tricky. Saying that, Herbert's gone out on the wets instead of the full wets. You can see where it says what tyre drivers are on the left-hand side. Yeah, it's probably just gone across from full wets to wet tyres, I'd say. You've got a lot less grip, and you've got a lot more understeer in the wet. Oh, never mind. We've got a lot more oversteer. Understeer and oversteer, basically. And just less grip overall. Yeah, real race at Donington was in the wet. We'll bring it back to the pits then and move on to the race. It'd be kind of cool if it is a wet start. But equally, it'll be so difficult because I cannot get good traction off the start. Meaning I'd probably get rear-ended by the AIs behind me. Early lap of the gods where he loses a rear wing going down towards turn 1. Like right now, I just want to do a test start here. Look how slow that is. That is horrendously slow. You'd actually have to go just starting first. Yeah, that works a bit better. Okay. What assists do I have? I think I've got stability assist and that's it. Maybe I don't have any assists on in this. I don't know where you see. I don't think I can see here. Maybe I don't have any assists on this one that I'm playing right now. Right, let's jump into the race session. Oh, okay. It is raining right now. The track condition is wet, projected dry. This is going to be fascinating. I'm going to do the lap to the grid today, and I hope that all the drivers don't crash. I'll just sim forward a bit when drivers are leaving the pits. Okay. So, interestingly enough, though, even though it is raining, everybody seems to be on the dries. So it must be good enough for the dries right now. So we'll put the... Should I put the hards on? I've never used the hards. I've never even set up the hards. I'm going to put the softs on. The softs should still last, by the way. But I've never actually messed with the hard tyre file. I don't really want to risk it because it might be completely different pace to everybody else's. Change prediction to retired, yeah. Well, I don't see any rain. Maybe it's not raining. I feel like it could rain at some point. Or maybe there's very, very light rain. Seems okay. Would be nice to see some rainy conditions during the race, I think. That would be pretty fun. Mr. Banksy. I know Mr. Banksy. Thank you very much for joining the pit crew on YouTube. It's going to trip me out, though, because Mr. Banksy is not called Mr. Banksy on Twitch. Forest beat Chelsea 3-1. That is massive. It is expected failure, yes. Add it to the subathon. I can add these to the subathon, sure, yeah. I've got it paused right now. Well played, James. Well played. Goodbye, Jaden. Finish in the barrier. Into the barrier. Finish into the barrier. Hey, yo. Alright. Yeah. Okay. I'm actually just going to ignore that. I feel like it will fix itself when we get to the race. So, the European of James Early lining up on the grid. Is this my spot? Am I number 14? I'm number 15. Whose spot is this? Have I taken somebody else's position? No, this is me. This is me. Okay. All right, cool. It should fix itself when we go to the actual race. We've got 70 people watching right now. Very nice. Very nice. Use spacebar. Ah, okay. Right. I use spacebar here then. Well, there's only one more thing to do, and that's go racing. The 1993 European Grand Prix is next.
Hello there. Weather-wise, it's pretty overcast, with occasional drizzle making things very tricky out there.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. James out there. Thank you, Jim. Hello, everybody. Pause and set everything up here. I'm going to run with... Shall I use launch control? I don't think I'll get rear-ended if I don't use launch control, so I think I'm not going to. Maybe I will use launch control. They're not fixed. They're not fixed. Wait, hold on. What? Oh, they are. They are. They're fine. They're just in... Don't ask me why. I don't know why. Whoever set this circuit up, they put the final drivers in single file. And for some reason, nobody's actually lining up on their actual... Like, there's a gap between each one, you see. I don't know who set this AIW up and thought, let's make the grid so spread out. I don't... There's probably not an issue. We didn't even get a grid rundown, yeah. What a joke. What are we paying for? What are we paying money for here? Right, let's go racing. Well, that was kind of a rubbish start. Blundell's jumped me down towards turn one. Maybe we can rear... Oh, he sent it. Big send there by Blundell. He's gained a few places. I'm trying to follow him through. Squeezed through on the roost there of Eric Comas. So that's 14th off the start. We've gained and lost one each. So we are level at 14. Down to the old hairpin we go. First time. Conditions right now. Seems okay. Not a good start for Agostini, who's tumbled down to 23rd. In the middle sector we go for the first time. Remember, we are pretty heavy. The team want me to do a one-stop strategy today, which is going to be pretty tough to achieve. I've made it further than I made it in the AMS co-op career mode race here. Should play this chain at the beginning of every race. If I want to get banned off YouTube, I think that's a pretty good way to do it. I could play it to myself, but you won't be able to hear it. Yeah, it won't be a one-stop if it starts raining. I'm hoping it does rain. Be pretty exciting. Looking to the inside there of Herbert. So Blundell ahead of his teammate Herbert. Hum it for you. I think also if I did that, I'd probably get copyright striked.
Herbert is running 13. It's right in front of you. You're running 14.
Senna leads the way. Patrese second. There's not much in terms of crowd, is there? Bro, that's appalling. No way Donington holds this race for more than 1 year. Nobody's turned up. They put a temporary stand on the left there. Oh my gosh, you got it back. No way. Okay, that's cool. Mr. Banksy returns. I'm already getting dropped by the drivers ahead. Well, at least I am in the first 2 sectors. Maybe I'll be faster in the final sector. Losing a place here. Driver on my inside into the braking zone of the hairpin. Through he goes. Another driver on my right. One of the Minardis is Morbidelli, who's switching to the inside for the final corner. Can't make it through though. Oh, I was so disappointed with everybody was building up. Oh, there's going to be so much rain in yesterday's race, and then nothing happened. We were all waiting for some rain. Just, you know, enough to get them onto the intermediate tyres. That's all I wanted. Leclerc's problem, skill issue. And then he broke his suspension. And he was trying to, you know, cut all the corners because he couldn't turn... I don't think he could turn left or... Yeah, I don't think he could turn left properly. So he was just cutting corners to get to the checker flag. And they hit him with a stop-go penalty. Well, not stop-go. You know, equivalent. They gave him a 20-second penalty. Does this mod have the power station? Which one? Which power station? You can see 2 power stations from Donington, I think. Yeah. What was Crofty on about? He says, yeah, there's going to be no rain, I'm sure. Or, yeah, it's like the best news for a neutral. That's the worst news for a neutral. Does Crofty know anything? We want rain. Why would we not want rain? Rain always spices things up. We got, early 15. Oh, stop that. As a neutral, you wanted something. I really liked the first 20 laps yesterday. I think the first 20 laps were excellent. It made me really excited, especially because I thought, oh my god, it's this good so far. Imagine when the rain arrives. Right, round we go. First mistake of the day. Gonna lose a few places. Broke way too late into that corner. I'm not early 15 anymore. It's early 18th. That's true, Scream. And I thought they improved the visibility in the wet with these cars as well. Oh, Gasho's got an issue. He's behind me. He's stuck in gear. So, yeah, he's lifting off now. Did not hear the concept of a neutral in sport until a couple of years ago. I am a neutral. I'm not a neutral. It's very hard to be a neutral in sport unless you have no knowledge of it, I think. But even then, you're still going to make some judgments, you know? I think it's impossible to be truly a neutral deep down. Like, surely you have a preference on who you want to win. Yeah, if you're a true neutral in Formula 1, you'll have the same reaction to anybody winning on the grid, which I don't think is really possible if you like F1. Are you really going to have the same feelings when Verstappen wins compared to if, I don't know, Sergio Perez wins in the Cadillac? You want Alonso to win, so you're a neutral, right? Yeah. Burnback podium. Wouldn't that be the... Where is Burnback right now? I can't even see him. Is that a bit of spray? What is that? Is that an engine failure ahead? It's either spray or an engine failure. I'm starting to think engine failure. And it is. That's Katayama. That Lotus is not reliable. No, it's not spray. Engine failure. Most definitely engine. It's only coming off one car. And it's coming out the engine, not the ground. Agostini and Burnback are doing horrific right now. Hello, Almin. Hello, Typhon. Welcome. Is your profile picture Modern Warfare 2? trying to squint to see what it is. Yeah, I mean, it looks a bit of a mess, but I'd rather everybody be able to see the full standings at all times. You can see the dumbass fans meltdown, yeah. I think Hamilton, if he didn't get that damage with Colapinto, I think he had a lot of pace.
Ayrton Senna has just put on the fastest lap of the race.
Bro's already lost 50 horsepower ahead. Yeah, I mean, it looks shit. I don't like the look of it. We've not been lapped, no. Bro, how would I have been lapped on that time?
Katayama is running 17th, less than 3 seconds ahead.
Lots of trouble, usually serious. That's Lotus. He's going to give up any second now. We're 36 seconds off the lead. So, approaching half a lap down. It's not raining, it's an engine failure ahead. Just waiting for the Lotus to park it up.
Ayrton Senna has just put on the fastest lap of the
Bro, he's going to slam on the brakes any second now. We've got to be careful. Do enjoy Russell being schooled by Kimi at the moment. It's a shock to see. I like Antonelli. The only thing you can say about Antonelli is I bet some people don't like the way he races wheel to wheel. But as a person, he seems like a very likable person, you know? Get out! Get out of the freeway!
Katayama is running 17th, is right in front of you.
Oh, God!
You're running 18th.
Hello, Tex. I want to believe it's spray. I know it's not, though. If it's spray, that'd be the weirdest spray I've ever seen. And there's nothing coming out of my car. Nothing coming out of Greelard's car. So you say that, Britt. I wasn't a fan of Kimi Räikkönen.
Ayrton Senna has just
I found him annoying.
fastest lap of the race.
Well, I think it's because of his fans. Everybody's like, oh, Kimi's so cool. Kimi. He's just a dude, bro. Chill out. I'm going to send him if he breaks early here. He's not breaking early here. I've got to be on high alert. Because at some point he will slam on them brakes. And just retire the car. And probably on the... Oh, there! Whoa!
Katayama has smoke coming
Whew.
from his engine.
Okay, well, we're through.
Vandola is running 16th. About
Blue skies are
5
coming out
seconds
as well.
ahead.
So I think the threat of rain has
You're
disappeared.
running 17th.
For now.
Has lost his front wing.
The Spetti's probably crashed into him.
Katayama has lost his rear wing.
Yeah, I think so. Take a replay in a second.
Katayama is out. He's blown the engine.
Bang goes the Lotus. Yamaha? Yes, I think it's a Yamaha. Whatever Ukyo Katayama brought. Where did we start? 14th. That's the Spetty. Is anybody in the pits? No. Gasho, Katayama, Belmondo.
Ayrton Senna has just put on the fastest lap of the race.
Can I imagine he's going to just crash straight into him here? Oh, yeah, he's just taken a wider line around the final corner and just bundled straight into him. That's completely Nespetti's fault. Well, you could say it's Katayama's fault for parking his car in the middle of the straight, but still Nespetti's fault as well. You can see that F1 will be a spec series at some point because people like the drivers more than being invested in a multi-make series, to be honest. Yeah, everybody's cared. Like, it's always been about the drivers, I'd say. Probably more so now, the drivers' personalities rather than them as a driver, necessarily, I think. But it'll never be a spec series. Formula One itself has to be, you know, constructor-based. Everybody makes their own thing. That's the whole point. That's why constructors are in there, you know? Oh, yeah. I saw a post the other day, I think it was on Instagram, saying Montoya has said he's basically slating people saying that the racing when he was around in F1 was better because it wasn't, you know. Nobody remembers how boring it is and they're looking at it through rose-tinted goggles and all that. And that the racing in this day and age is just as good. It's different, but it's just as good as it was back in the day. And everybody in the comments was saying, oh, he's got 0 world championships. What does he know? Montoya, oh, I can't trust him anymore. He's right. Have you watched the races back then? Like, 80% of them were just absolutely boring races. Dude starts race. Schumacher leads into turn 1. Schumacher wins the race. That's it. It's so boring. Anyway, but I know the sound is good. Yeah, I think I'd enjoy the sound as well. But he's completely right. I could not find one comment supporting him. It was so weird. It's like him saying that he's lost all credibility. He was there. He raced in it for years. He knows exactly what he's talking about. Oh, and loads of comments were saying, oh, he's on the FIA's payroll. Of course he'd say this. What does that mean? Why would Montoya not speak his mind? When have you ever seen Montoya not speak his mind?
About 10 seconds ahead. You're running 17.
You hit my effing head. Whenever Frank Williams told him to shut up. I do not play Monoposto, no. I'm not into mobile gaming. Yeah, it's easy to romanticize the past, I guess. How hard the quality of racing is about how hard they're pushing. Yeah, you could say that, I guess. If that's what it is to you, then that's what it is to you. Personally, you want to see Usain Bolt, you don't care if his competitors are close, you want to see the best. Well, you're going to see the best regardless of... Like, you'd see the best these days. They're not pushing 100% all the time, but you're still seeing the best. That's not change. Well, I see what you mean. Like, it's more exciting to watch a 100-meter sprint race than it is to watch a marathon the whole way through, I guess. I think the racing these days is good, pretty good. Racing back then was sometimes good. I was rewatching the 2000 Formula One season. And what did make it exciting, and a point that we don't have really today, is how many mechanical failures there were. Got a yellow out there. Naspetti out. Brake failure for Naspetti. Oh, gosh. Let's have a look at what happened to Naspetti. He's off. Is it going to be down towards the Melbourne hairpin? Now, I don't know. I'm guessing the Melbourne hairpin is named after the nearby town of Melbourne rather than Melbourne in Australia. Because very much near Donington is Melbourne. So I've driven past it a few times in the past few weeks. Yeah, refueling era. I don't like the refueling era. Michael, I loved the F1 museum there. The Donington Grand Prix collection was the largest collection of Formula One cars in the world. It closed down in December 2017. Tickets were always very cheap. Over 100 Formula One cars. It was so good. What have I done to take your attention away? What, Naspetti retiring? It is based on the town, okay. That is just like a, what do you call it? Orange cordial, I guess, or orange squash. That's how you just have every space there is good. Yeah. Well, I'd still say that everything's been pushed to the absolute limit in modern Formula One, especially engineering. Like the level they all have to work at. Logistically, the team just coming together to create those cars and push them to the absolute limit. Find any sort of advantage you possibly can. That is, they're on the limit. Of course they are. Why is the Melbourne hairpin square? The Melbourne square pin. F1 acts like it doesn't need other series to exist when it blatantly does. Do you think it does? I guess it needs feeder series. Apart from that, it doesn't need anything. F1 itself is... There's motorsport and then there's Formula One, I'd say. Like, there's a lot of Formula One fans who aren't motorsport fans. They're Formula One fans, that's it. Any other sort of motorsport series, if you like that series, you're a motorsport fan. But Formula One is, in terms of popularity, above that. Just like when we were discussing, okay, if people are liking Formula One for the drivers and their personality, they're not liking it for the motorsport side of things. They're liking it for the drama, the storylines, you know? The broadcast. They're liking it for something other than just the cars or the engineering side of things, you know? And that's, I think, the biggest shift over, I'd say, the past 15 years in terms of the demographic of who watches Formula One. When I was a child, it was old men who liked Formula One, and then there was me. There was nobody in school who liked Formula One apart from me. My dad liked Formula One. A few other old relatives I knew liked Formula One. That was it. And now it's completely different. And I know it's completely different because when I went to uni and I discussed Formula One, and there'll be people on my course saying, oh, Formula One, yeah, I like Formula One. My favourite driver is George Russell. Who's your favourite driver? And beforehand, I was never asked who my favourite driver is because, I don't know. I don't care. I don't have a favourite driver. But that's what it's about now. I think Formula One's image has completely shifted over the, 7 years since Liberty Media took over? It's still Formula One. It's different from what it was, but Formula One has always been evolving, so... On the limit of the rule set, and the rule set is very limiting. It is, but that's where you usually find the most, what would be the word? Not ingenuity. What would you call it? When people are coming up with, you know, new things and loopholes and ways around things. And what's that called? Unfortunately, see, I think I'm an F1 fan, not a motorsport fan. I can't get into any other series. I just find it boring. No fans are permanent, Brit. Just like all the fans that stopped watching when the turbo hybrid era came in. If you're a true fan of Formula One, you'd watch whatever. Clearly not.
Already in the pits.
And it's the same with back in the days, Brit, where F1, after Senna's death, got a load more popular because there was a driver death and it was all over the news. And then you ride the wave, especially in the UK, because then Damon Hill came into, you know, the fight with Michael Schumacher, got really popular in Germany as well. But then you sort of get through the 2000s, in the early 2000s, it goes down in popularity again. Then it gets more popular again towards the end of the 2010s, end of 2000s, early 2010s. Then it drops down in popularity a lot again. Then the big shift with Liberty Media taking over, Drive to Survive, other media forms coming in, release of F1 TV, which is, you know, the true successor of F1 Digital, I guess. And then you've got a new set of fans. And then it'll probably go up and it'll go down again at some point. F1, F2, F3 fan? Yeah. Häkkinen's death has led to a boom in F1 popularity. Yeah, exactly. F3 at Knockhill. That's wild. I did see a bit of the F2 feature race on the weekend.
Ferrari, already in the pits. Benetton, already in the pits.
Yeah, F1 was in a bad state before Liberty. Yeah, I agree. Conehead, I only speak from what I've heard, like the likes of Murray Walker say, and Nigel Mansell I think said it. I think I read it somewhere else. When Senna died, it increased the popularity of Formula One overall, like across the whole world, because it brought so much news onto Formula One. Senna was there and he'd been there for years, but then Senna dying, everybody wanted to watch. You know, if Ayrton Senna can die in this sport, I wonder what is going to happen next. So for a while after that, the popularity surged. Right, speaking of Senna. So now we are a lap down. Yeah, there's some fans which will just watch regardless. My dad will always be a Formula One fan. And I've never heard him once complain about the regulations. He just watches Formula One for Formula One. And he just enjoys it. We didn't need a driver to die, is that what I'm saying? No, no, no. I mean, Formula One's very popular right now. They don't need anything like that.
About 10 seconds ahead. You're running 15.
Michael Andretti.
Oh, Andretti out.
Michael Andretti.
Oh, dear. Let's have a look. Where is he? Nobody coming into the pits, I don't think. No, he's into the wall. He was just coming out the pits. Max Verstappen yesterday. What do you guys make of his very aggressive driving? As that's Andretti skating off. I think that's brake failure. I think some of it was a bit extreme. I don't mind it in the sense that I like some of those characters in there, but I don't think it was correct necessarily. You only complain about regulations when they cause a team you don't like to be fast. Yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed the drama, but I think Max Verstappen...
Michael Andretti.
Yeah, disrespect. Yeah, you could say disrespectful racing wheel to wheel, I'd say. Just absolute huge sends, hoping the other driver doesn't turn in. I'm very surprised. But they've been racing Verstappen for years, so they know he's going to do that. You get some drivers who just refuse. Sometimes they still lose out. You know when... I can't remember if it was yesterday or in the sprint race when it was Hamilton versus Verstappen. And they were just banging wheels through turns 1 and 2. Because that's two drivers refusing to back out, you know? I don't think he's bad wheel to wheel. I think he can just be extremely aggressive. If he wanted to, he could reel it in and he'd be fine.
Ayrton Senna has just put on the fastest lap of the race. Vandola is running 13.
Some of the moves weren't fair. He made a couple of moves where he just pushed the driver straight off the circuit and he went off the track as well, in both the sprint and the race. That is completely unfair. You know, you just can't do that. If you're going to make an overtake, at least stay on the track yourself. You have not missed any deaths. I was going to say Leo retired. You are Leo. Michael Andretti retired just a few laps ago. But no deaths. You hate him, so your opinion is going to be biased. I don't hate any of the drivers. I dislike some on how they go racing. Oh, Hajar just emoting in his car after retiring. Hitting the same emote over and over again for 5 minutes.
Vandola is running 13.
I should do AI races because now it's just boring
You're running
driving around, nothing happening. That's entitled to your own opinion. This is enjoyable for me because it's a career mode in Formula 1. Sometimes you're going to have excitement, sometimes you're not going to have excitement. If you only want this experience to be good and exciting, I think that's what would you say? A lack of... What would you call it when somebody can't just deal with boredom? They have to be, you know, engaged, excited all the time. What would you call that? I think it's a flaw if you can't just deal with lulls from now and again, you know? It'll be a lack of realism, which will take away from the overall enjoyment. It'll be the same, you know, if you had your birthday every day and you get presents every day. It would soon lose its meaning. Having a birthday once a year where you get presents means it means more. You know, everybody's out celebrating your birthday or whatever. If you did it every day, it wouldn't mean anything. But because it's only once a year, it has more meaning. So it's just like this. You might have some boring races, you might have some exciting races, but the more it's like this, the more you'll appreciate the good parts. And it's not to say nothing's happening. I'm talking with you guys, we're having discussions, which is part of the fun for me. I'm about to lap Belmondo here. You watch for entertainment, that's what these sites are for. It's fair, man. I mean, you don't have to, genuinely, you can just go and do whatever you want. You don't have to watch. This is my career mode, it's how I want to do it. At the end of the day, I stream for what I want to stream for. I want to stream a career mode, and I imagine 95% of you understand that that means not every race is going to be super exciting. And if it was, it wouldn't be. Because if you have constant excitement all the time, it's going to lose its meaning.
Ayrton Senna, the race leader, is entering the pits now.
You need to make up exciting stuff to troll Jaden.
Vandola is running 13, about 10 seconds ahead. You're running 14.
Who do I think will be the next F1 champion who's not driving a Mercedes right now? Next new F1 champion not driving a Mercedes right now. So not Russell or Antonelli. Maybe Piastri. Well, exactly, Penguin. That's the idea. I don't like the idea of scripting things. I want it to happen organically within the means of the game, and then things develop from there. You know, somebody has a crash, we could say, oh, that driver's injured, or somebody has a few bad performances, oh, that driver's replaced. You know, and then we craft our own storylines from that. Brings the world to life. It's just like Formula 1. Not every Formula 1 race in real life is exciting. So I'm lapped by Patrese. So I'm a lap down again.
Vandola is running 13, about 10 seconds ahead.
I think Gabriel Bortoleto.
You're running 14.
That's a brave choice, guys.
Curry, Suzuki is stuck in 6th
Oh,
gear.
Ivan Capelli's stuck. Oh, it's Aguri Suzuki. Never mind. Aguri Suzuki's stuck in gear, so he's going to be out. I get, by the way, I do understand that YouTube is for entertainment, and I believe when I'm making, let's say, highlights videos of the races, yes, the whole thing needs to be entertaining. Otherwise, what's the point? But a live stream is a different form of content. It doesn't have to be 100% entertaining all the time. See, Bortoleto is a massive talent. I don't disagree. I think Bortoleto's definitely got what it takes. I don't think he'll be the next driver to win a championship, not including the Mercedes drivers. Yes, if you wouldn't mind, guys, I'd appreciate a like on the live stream.
Vandola is running 13.
Like Gasho winning a race in Kelowna, yeah. That'll do it.
You're running 14.
See Bortoleto winning a race, not sure how many though. Yeah, he's definitely going to be capable of that. Hamilton retire. Oh! Hamilton retiring. Bortoleto in. No. If Hamilton retires at the end of the season, Behrman's in that seat, surely.
First blue, give way to the car behind when you can.
Right, Leto behind me is for position. Senna behind him is lapping me.
Move over until you are marked.
Leto, let Senna through. But I'm not letting him through until Leto lets him through. Don't see him being a championship winner. See, I gotta see him as a championship future, championship quality driver, because he won F2 at his first time of asking, and he beat the likes of Antonelli and Behrman
Running 13,
in
about
F2.
15 seconds ahead.
And Antonelli and Behrman definitely could be future championship contenders. I mean, Antonelli already is. Who would fill Alonso's seat once he retires? Sonoda. I don't know. And yeah, and he beat Hajar as well, yeah. Yeah, Audi, yeah, sure they have a lot of potential, though you got to be wary that, sure, that Audi, but Toyota didn't do much in Formula 1, did they? Honda didn't do much in Formula 1 when they had a works team. And they're no slouchers. I'm sure Audi will go around it the right way, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do eventually get, to the top.
Already in the pit.
Don't think it will happen anytime soon, though.
Vandola is running 13, about 15
Very true, Britt, yeah.
ahead.
Just because you're good in F2 doesn't mean you are in F1. Though I think if you're in F2 for 1 year and you win the championship against other quality drivers, it shows you can adapt. Therefore, there should be no reason you wouldn't be good in F1. If it took him a couple seasons to win F2 and he beat out the rest of them, then yeah, I can see he can't adapt properly. He's not quick to adapt to new cars. But he was. It was 1 season, won the championship, move on.
Williams already in the pit.
That to me is a sign of a future champion or a potential champion. Cadillac deserved to finish last because of the livery. Yeah, it's not good. Not a good livery. Oh, well, yeah, he's off. Oh. Later stops in the background. He's out. We are approaching our pit stop lap. Ricardo Patrese. I don't think Bottas has been too bad. I think he's just been as mid as Perez, really. I think Bottas out-qualified him, didn't he, this weekend? Senna back in the lead, Patrese in the pits.
Jordan, already in the pits.
The Barrichello boxing.
LaRousse.
Already in the pits.
Yeah, I was not expecting Nick De Vries to be very good either. LaRousse. Just won the championship for the 3rd time in your personal F1 Challenge career with Ferrari. Epic stuff. Is that 3 in a row or 3 over a certain amount of seasons? They fixed the vibration issue. That's good. Aston Martin making progress. Must be painful for Alonso. 3 since 2001. And what year are you in now? Williams 2001, BAR 2004, Ferrari 2007. Pretty cool. I won my old career mode. I won Williams 2002. And what else did I win for? Was it BMW? No. Toyota 2006, I think. See, I don't even remember. Get Caddy or Aston for 26, yeah. Well, it depends what whoever they make worse in the DLC. Toyota. Yeah, wasn't there what 11 different winners in 1982? Nobody wants to miss the next Messi or Verstappen, but you think it's an error for people to put... So, yeah, young people, a lot of pressure on them, yeah. I see what you mean, Phil. Gone are the days of rookies being mid-20s. You've got to be late teens, very early 20s these days. You can't slow down either. You can't have... Well, it depends who you are. You can't really risk having an extra season in F2 and then a season as a reserve driver. You'll be gone by that point. You'll be out of the picture. 80s or 2010s? Not right now. We're just going to be sticking with the this career and the AMS career. And eventually the Grand Prix 2 one when I carry that on. So, what's that? 1990, 1993 and 2000 right now. But as they go through the years, I guess it'll be... covering the whole of the 90s and the 2000s. Who's Zilic? Tris, I don't know who that is. Got Capelli behind. No, we got Patrese behind after his pit. Yeah, Hill had his debut at the age of 32, so I've still got a chance. We did the Montoya season. I don't know if I'll make it into a video or not. I have got a proper green screen and lighting setup on the way that I wanted to buy to, you know, make some cool videos with. So maybe I'll make it, yeah. He's a NASCAR driver, okay. And Fishfinger says he's a YouTuber. Well, which one is it? Maybe it's both. There shall be something of a late bloomer in open wheelers. Well, see, this is what I'm hoping for. I know it's not going to happen, but, you know, Robin Perry, he couldn't do the season, could he, in Super Formula? He had because of a medical issue or something? Well, I would have loved to see if he could have progressed onto Formula 1. Colton Herter, Cadillac are somehow hoping he's going to be good enough for F1. I don't think he will.
Second blue, ease off the power and move over until you're on mark.
Right, we've got new drivers behind me now.
Audi has a problem with its suspension.
Who?
Third blue, left.
Yeah, Herta does not seem that good. I wouldn't say awful, just mid. Very mid. Right, let him through here. God, it's constant.
Benetton already in the pits.
Oops.
McLaren already in the pits.
Go, 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 go. Just one after the other. We were supposed to box this lap. I'll box next lap. Yes, and Morbidelli out with a suspension issue. Alex Palou I would have loved to see in Formula 1. Just because he's so clearly the best in IndyCar. Oh, we'll box this lap. Put a bit less fuel in because we don't need so much. Ah, go out! Leave me alone! Though Damon Hill, he didn't even turn to racing until... Well, how old was he? In his 20s when he started racing? I know he did motorcycles for a bit. But car racing, I'm pretty sure he's like... Maybe my age, like 27 or something.
Pit crew ready.
Yes, he was, James. But how old was he when he started racing cars? Lazy fastest as we're into the pits.
Mark Blundell is running 13th, less than 3 seconds ahead. You're running 14th.
Lots of fuel. Away we go. That Ferrari pit crew. Lots of single cities in '83. That's earlier than I thought. I remember reading his autobiography. I thought he said it was later. I got Steeny points today.
Ferrari already in the pit.
He's in 16th. I don't think so. We still got half the race to go. You never know. Scream, I think you got to put that down to they had unlimited testing time pretty much. It's like Hamilton. How much testing time did he have across the 2006 season? At the start of 2007. Like, no wonder he was right on the pace. These days, I know you got the simulator, but I don't think it's the same as in-car testing. Brian Herta, okay driver. Yeah.
About 10 seconds ahead.
I know he raced in
You're running 15th.
karts back in the 90s. Yes, Thomas, nice. Better be in positions 1 to 6 by now. Well, no. And Thomas will hear that message in an hour.
Ligier.
Already in the pits.
Right, Ash, see ya. Ferrari Simulator is so far off, really. I think the likes of Hamilton and Raikkonen, I don't think they really care for simulator work. I'm sure there's a few other drivers like that as well. You know, there's some drivers who are there, they just want to go racing. Yeah, I saw the like a bit of the F2 feature race. I had it on in the background. The end seemed pretty crazy.
You're running 50. Ferrari, already in the pits. Benetton, already in the pits. Already in the pits.
40 plus hours for Miami in the simulator and nothing worked. Fantastic. So after our one and only pit stop, we are 14th place. We're going to the end of the race now. We've got Capelli and Schumacher in the pits. So he's bad at setting up the car. That's what we've learned, yeah. Years ago, they used video games to learn the tracks. And now they complain about a multi-million simulator, yeah. Well, back in the day, right? Say this is a new circuit. I imagine they would have gone and tested at that circuit before they would have raced there. I'm guessing. Especially if it's Formula One.
Is running 13, about 5 seconds ahead. You're running 14.
Most of the teams use a Assetto Corsa for their simulator. I thought most of them were still using R-Factor Pro. Has that changed now? I know that most of them used R-Factor Pro about 10 years ago. Oh, it changed in the late 2010s. Okay. Well, I guess it's not Assetto Corsa like we would buy Assetto Corsa. I imagine it's like an Assetto Corsa Pro sort of package.
Already in the pits.
This is not for position with the driver behind.
First blue, give way to the car
This is
behind when you
Herbert
can.
in 9th. He's lapping me.
Second blue, he's
Oh, fair. I was talking more like, you know, 60s, 70s, 80s sort of thing. Before video games.
Mark Blundell is running 13, about 10 seconds ahead.
You know, like really back in the day. A new circuit on the calendar.
Has a problem with
No! Berm back, suspension failure. It's all over for the berm. He's parked up.
is out, his suspension has collapsed.
He's retired his sector. Which one? Which sector, bro? Tell me. Rip Bernie Sanders. What, Franz Berm? Oh, Berm. Alright, okay. You feeling the berm? Me too. Drivers had to race constantly back then to make sure they weren't out of practice. Yeah. Do you think they race constantly because of that? Or do you think they race constantly because they were doing it for the love of the game, you know? That's the Tyrrell of Burnback. I was just more thinking, Geki, that maybe they have a version of AC that allows them to, let's say, change the physics on the fly or see more telemetry, you know? Like curated data just for those teams.
Mark Blundell is running 13, about 10 seconds ahead. You're running 14.
You know, for example, like changing the car setup without having to go to a keyboard, press escape, go back to the pits. Like they'd be able to just change the setup data and just put it instantly on the car. Because it's not like the game version of the game. It's like a software rather than a game. take notes. I guess it's similar to what you do with rally pace notes, really. Especially if it's, yeah, the Targa Florio, which is, what, 1,000 kilometers or something. Oh, Conehead, that's what I'm thinking. They must use, yeah, they've got to use some sort of pro version. There is no supposed to last distance, Mondeo. I'm not starting it with an objective of reaching a certain season. Well, Mille Miglia, it was 1,000, okay. That's the one I'm thinking of, yeah. If I get lapped again, I think I'm 2 laps down. Senna on his way to another victory this season. He'll be second in 3 races. What it means... I'm thinking 1,000 miles. Now this is for position between me and Grillard. Yeah, Senna's terrible luck of last year. I don't want to jinx it for this race, but it seems to have ended. Yeah, third. That was the same with R Factor Pro. Oh, to beat the man that walked that distance. Yeah, 2 decades since Alonso's last championship. In a very long time. Alonso's been in Formula 1 for a quarter of a century. You know, if the Le Mans disaster didn't happen, it would have only been a matter of time before something equally as bad or even worse happened. I think that there's no way you would have got through the history of motorsport without such a disaster, I guess. I think Alonso won't be in F1 past 2027. What happened in the 1957 Mille Miglia? Did that even say the track name? Oh, we got a driver on the inside. He's overtaken me. See if we can fight back. Gonna go for it. Grillard versus Early. Alonso's entered around 37% of all the F1 races in history. Incredible. That's a great stat. I'll tell you what I do want to try out at some point. Because I always see it and I think, oh man, I want to give this a go. Because maybe it'll be fun. You know how, like, GP Laps always does 50s F1 racing with, what they call it? What's the group called? SROL, I think? SORL? SROL? Oh, is Brundle's out. We'll take a replay. I really want to have a go. I imagine there'll be much quick. Everybody will be too fast for me and I won't be able to race. But I would like to try. Let's have a look at what's happened to Brundle. Alt is spun. Brake failure. Somebody know how to set up this game? You could try out the F1 Challenge Discord. If you Google that, there's a lot of helpful links and helpful people on there. H-pattern shifter he has is so cool. Yeah, he's got a cool setup. Message him. I don't think he'd see my message. I imagine he gets a lot of messages. I think I've seen his profile on Discord. It says he doesn't regularly check messages. So you wouldn't be able to message him anyway. But I can see about the group because I know a few people who race in it. So I could ask, I guess. It would stress me out for sure, going in a proper online race. But I'm willing to face that stress for a good experience. He mentioned me once on stream. What did he say? Oh, that James Early kid. Brr. I'm racing on steering wheel, yeah.
First blue. Minardi, already in the pit.
Right, who's this behind me? Patrese.
Running 13, about 15 seconds ahead.
He did start a 98 Benetton season on GP4.
Second blue, he's off the power.
Right, I'll let him through on the exit of the old hair. Yeah. No, he's hit me! Bro, I was letting him through. He just rear-ended me. Have we got damage? No damage, surprisingly. Woo. Ignore the horror. The problem is, right, with a mod like this, for some reason, whoever's made the mod, something to do with the shadows, and they've not set it up properly. So the player, if you've got shadows on high or full, in reference to F1 channels on YouTube, right? Okay, I see. Yeah, that's a Patrese penalty, I'd say. I give him a 20-second one for that. Didn't you, like, crash out Prost, Jaden? Okay, let's write that down. Easy penalty. Is it possible to see me in a modern car, like 2010 or something? There's lots of videos on my channel of me racing. Not in F1 Challenge, no. But on other games. Definitely, plenty. I very much enjoy GP Laps content. Right, Patrese. 20 seconds. Incident with Early. GP Laps also covers a niche in sim racing, I'd say. Well, broader than my niche, I'd say. And obviously a lot more popular. Right, go past them, mate. There you go. He does on old forgotten tracks. See, that my style of videos that I'm interested in making are not the sort of same stuff he makes. As you guys know, for me to make videos, it has to be like a career. Like, I'm only interested when it's a big story that's developing. I don't really like doing one-off things. That's not my sort of thing. Not to make myself, but I very much enjoy watching his content. So, but just me personally, I don't want to make things like that.
Olivier Prima is running 13, about 5 seconds ahead. You're running 14.
So saying that, he's doing a full 98 season, so that's slightly different to what he's been doing for a while. Made you the man you are today, yeah. I did enjoy the old Grand Prix Legends career mode. I wasn't aware of who GP Laps was until he came back, because he was gone for a few years, really, from making content, you know, continuously, wasn't he? And I know we had GP Legends videos in the past. And the new ones, when they came out, maybe like 2021 or somewhere around there, I watched them because they came up recommended. And everybody in the comments was saying, oh, GP Labs is finally back. And I'm thinking, so this must be a person who's, you know, making the videos for a long time. But I wasn't aware of who they were at the time. Is this blue flags again? I guess so. Yeah, I'll let them through on the first corner. Turbo cars from 83 to 88. Main caveat being that they have to run to the 1988 restrictions. Well, if Marcel eventually releases... what's the game called? I've forgotten what the game's called. The game being made. About like 1980 Grand Pro Circuit, of course, yeah. If that ever comes out, then if it ever does, it will release at some point, I know, but it's not going to be anytime soon. Not into a playable state, I don't think. I'm going to be all over that. It feels like it's cater-made for me. Saying that, not specifically cater-made for me, because it covers years that I'm never really had much of an interest in. Okay, brilliant, bro. I gave him so much space on the inside. Grand Pro Circuit is a game in development by one single developer covering the 80 seasons of Formula 1 to the turbo era F1. I've been watching GP Labs since 2012. Wow, yeah. Like I said, when it comes to sort of sim racing channels, I wasn't aware of many until only the past few years. The one I did used to watch back in the day, I'm talking like 2014, that sort of time, was Empty Box. And that's why I started playing iRacing in 2015. What do I like the most in F1 Challenge that I play it so much? I think it's the idea you can go through a full career mode in Formula 1, going through all the seasons, and make, you know, changes that you want to make, like mod in different things, different drivers, different teams, different tracks. And there's no other game you can do that on. This is the only game you can do it on. Well, you could do it on Grand Prix 4, I guess, but then you're limited. Can't have more than 22 drivers on a grid. I'd say it's more of a pain to get working on modern systems. It's not as accessible as, let's say, the UI on F1 Challenge. And none of the Grand Prix games are particularly good for accessibility, not on modern systems at least. So really, F1 Challenge is the only option. Yeah, I've not watched Empty Box for years now. What have you missed? Riccardo Patrese tried to assassinate me at the old hairpin. So he's been gifted with a 20-second time penalty.
First blue, give way to the car behind when you can. Williams, already in the pit. Olivier Prima is running 13, about 15 seconds ahead.
Oh, God.
You're running...
That's how Jaden managed to kill Alain Prost in his race at this track in 93. I imagine that's exactly what happened.
Second blue, ease off the power and move over until you are passed. Ayrton Senna, the race leader, is entering the pits now.
Seeing a good amount of retirements today. All mechanical failures, I think. Pump for Tracy and revenge, yeah. Oi, come here. Let's go full speed into him, into the Melbourne hairpin. Tell you what, this is a long race. Very long race. At least it feels very long. Yeah, I would not get your hopes up at all. I'm really not expecting much. Oh. Hello, FPS. Just absolutely tanked there. It's the bridge. Wasn't that bridge sold to the dude who hosted Top Gear that one time? Real race was 110 minutes. That's, yeah. I mean, that was in the wet. But this should be less than that. You expect the best, prepare for the worst, yeah. To be fair, I'm expecting nothing good, and I'm prepared for nothing good.
Olivier Prima is running 13, about 15 seconds ahead. You're running 14.
Yeah, Burnback had a suspension failure. Do I watch iShow Speed? No. Will I watch the game tonight? What game? Which one? To the devil, Chris Evans. Captain America? No, yeah, I know. Chris Evans, that dude. You always expect the worst. You can never be disappointed. Unless you expect to be disappointed. And then you are. Oh, City Everton, right. I will probably not be watching. But I'll watch the highlights. Come on, City. City. See, I seem to be on the opposite side of what everybody else wants. I want to see Arsenal win the Premier League. I'd rather Arsenal win. Because they've not won for a while. They've not won since I started watching football. Sorry, Derbyshire, yeah, sorry. Yeah, City winning is just so boring. At least Arsenal winning is something different. Oh my god, I thought I was going to die when I hit the bollard. Just phased right through it. It went ahead, Donington Pot would still be under their 17-year deal. That is immense. A 17-year deal. Who thought that was a good idea? Would not have worked. Maybe it would have worked. The new layout would have been horrendous. Would have been big enough for the cars in the early 2010s. But I think by this point, the cars would have outgrown the circuit. In a big way. The inside, around the outside, shall I say, Belmondo. Got Martini about to lap me. He's in 9th. We want Leicester to win. Yeah, they've been relegated, haven't they? Oh, Capelli out. That's going to be another position for me. Immediately made yourself a sandwich after. Well, Jamie, I think when you eat food, it doesn't instantly, what would be the word, satiate you? It takes a while, doesn't it? Before your body realizes, okay, we've got the food, don't need any more. F125 100% achievement challenge. See, F125 bores me. Very boring. What happens to the career if I don't get any points this season? We'll be fine. We'd still be on the grid. As long as we're just putting solid results in. Yeah, I go to Pacific, yeah. Yeah, James, he's been there for about 10 laps now. Straight to DTM, yeah. Go to SimTech, yeah.
Ligier.
Overeating and being too full feels worse than being hungry. I guess it depends how hungry you are. If you're starving, I imagine it feels better than starving. But a little bit of hunger, yeah. Sometimes, it depends. If I'm just locked in doing something like work, I can completely forget about my basic needs. Like, oh, damn it, I didn't eat anything today. Or, oops, I've not been to the toilet for 12 hours or something like, you know. Very easy to forget. I look like I'm a good Warzone player, says Fishfinger. Wow. What do you guys think? Do you think I'll be any good at Warzone? Spoiler alert. No, I'm not. Last time I played Warzone was about 6 years ago, I think. In 2020. Replacing Barilla at Streamline is always an option. Well, Streamline have said in the news, although Barilla's performances have not been good, they are not willing to drop him because of the money he's bringing into the team. A Dr. Disrespect fan flashbacks. Wait, as in you used to be a Dr. Disrespect fan? I look like I'd be a good F1 challenge. Oh, the Warzone thing, right, okay. I'm a pretty adept at F1 challenge, I'd say. Will Jordan improve like real life or will it be random? It'll be as I usually do the upgrades. The big wheel with everybody on it who can have upgrades. 5 upgrade spins a race. You know, randomized how big the upgrade is. Keeps it dynamic. Keeps it different from real life. And means I don't need to think hard about, oh, this driver and this team will get an upgrade at this race. And, you know, was sort of automatic. Which is how I prefer to do it. Because it makes the world feel alive. I'd much rather stay, if I can choose, I want to stay at Jordan for a few more seasons. Yeah, Jordan don't have much of a chance this season. There goes Berger. Driver's Red Bull. We're going to have to wait a while before Red Bull are in here. What is my opinion about this F1 season? It's been exciting in parts. It's been very interesting. I have enjoyed it. Still hate sprint weekends. I don't care for sprint races. Benson, head is yellow Jordan or green Jordan? Yellow, by far. Green Jordan does not look good to me. Ah, I see, James. Okay. Oops. So Jordan scored 3 points in real life in 93. That's our aim then this season, to score as many points as they did in real life. I think there'll be crazy races where not many drivers finish, and those are the races we will hope to reach the checkered flag in. Radioactive, do you mean that in terms of like how many driver deaths at each circuit? On TV cam, the 93 Jordan looks like a fake Ferrari, yeah. Ugh. This sort of Ferrari with blue on it would not look nice. Oh, uh-oh. Then we've got an issue. That most definitely felt like brakes. Might have to be very, very careful for the rest of this race. Yeah, most definitely. It's the front right, I think. It's biting to the left, so I guess it's the front right that's gone. And for some reason, the FPS is absolutely tanked the past couple of laps. Luckily, not too many heavy braking zones on this track, so we might be okay. If it gets too bad, we'll just have to retire the car, I guess. Oh god, I've turned this Charles Leclerc yesterday. Well, we're not last, so no need to quickly retire the car or anything like that. So, not drive-through, no, not drive-through. I didn't gain anything from it. Heavy crashing coming. No, I'm not going to push it. Because we don't want that to happen. If both front brakes snapped at the same time, and I'm going into a fast corner, then yeah, I guess. We are 43 seconds clear of Barrichello. We just have to monitor and, what would you call it, manage this brake problem. There you go, Senna. How do you get a brake failure when you're not even going fast? I'm going as fast as the car allows. I'm half a lap ahead of my teammate, so we are going pretty quick. Was that a yellow in sector 2? Did it say? Or sector 1. Okay. Oh, I've just been a driver spinning. It'd be nice if it told you who caused the yellow. Right, gap's down to 40 seconds. He's gaining by 3 seconds a lap. Might be very touch and go by the end of this race. Of course, Patrese with his 20-second time penalty now. It's getting more difficult to brake for the corners. Ooh. Patrase's not losing anything now. A lazy out. Suspension failure. Suspensions are taking a right battering today, up and down the grid. So we're going to be up to 12th. Why does career mode on the F1 games only give you 5 seasons maximum? I don't know. Maybe it's a limit in how much memory can be stored by the game, I guess. Especially if you're playing on a disc. I guess that has to be cached on the console that you're playing on. Maybe there's a limit there. I'd say something to do with memory allocation. I agree, though. The AI difficulty on those games is very easy. 2010, a lot of the races were very easy, and then a lot were just impossible. Like Silverstone, impossible. But then you could get a podium in a HRT or a Lotus or a Virgin at Bahrain.
Olivier Prima is running 12, about 15 seconds ahead. You're running 13.
Yeah, it can. I find that so boring as well if you're just winning races. Like, this is different, right? I know nothing's happening in this race for me, but I'm not first. You know, it's not like, oh, there's no challenge to the game. There's lots of challenge to the game. I'm down in 13th place, 3 laps down. Okay, I've just been hit. Cheers, bro. Why is he just rear-ending me? Go past. Herbert's in 6th. He's having a good race today for footwork. Gap is now 38 seconds to Barrichello. He's only gaining by about 2 seconds of that. What's wrong with Herbert? Yeah, so lots of people just don't like him. I don't know.
You're running 13.
You can sort of just coast into most of these corners, which helps me out. This one's a bit more of a heavy braking zone. It's got to brake nice and early. Filter on through across both curbs. Same with this one, braking very early. So we can slow it down enough. Okay, Barrichello catching quicker now. 31 seconds is the gap. If you like coasting into corners, boy, have I got the season for you.
About 25 seconds ahead. You're running 12.
Fishfinger, you got to remember that this is not real life, though. It's just a game. It's not designed to be realistic. And who's to say I'm not better than Barrichello in this universe? I've already had 1 season of experience. Alex Vorts was seriously slow on purpose. I'd say yes, I am Fishfinger, only because, you know, I'm wanting to win championships in this career mode, so I have to be better than drivers who didn't win championships.
Olivier Prima is running 11, about 25 seconds ahead. You're running 12.
Feels like both brakes have gone. think both front brakes have gone. Hello, Thomas. How did your race go? Ego much. Good, finish P10. Nice. We have, by the way, if anybody's just joining, we have both brakes on the front have failed. So we're just coasting to the finish, trying to stay ahead of Barrichello. So luckily, there's only really 2 corners where I lose much time. This being one of them. Surprisingly, the first spin I've had since the brake failure. So I've done quite well to keep it out the grass up until that point. Obviously, balance has completely gone out the window.
About 40 seconds ahead.
Car just doesn't want to slow into these corners anymore. Why couldn't Brundle and Andretti do like I can? Well, the AI, as soon as they get brake failures, just retire. I guess if I was sticking to what the AI did, then I'd also retire. Equally, I think it's just quite fun just trying to get to the end when you're trying to manage a problem. What would you guys do in this situation? Would you do exactly what the AI do, knowing that they can't get to the end with, you know, brake fade or brake failure? And would you just retire, or would you try and go to the end? I guess it depends on how much you care about, like, realism and being level with the AI. I think if I was not streaming, I'd do what the AI do.
Olivier Prima is running 11. About 40 seconds ahead. You're running 12.
From where I am, you would park. Yeah, fair enough. If I went down to last place, I'd park it up. But whilst I'm not last, I'd just keep going. Because it's not like all hope is lost. I could just coast around. Of course, I'm losing lots of time, but I don't usually retire if I lose my rear wing. No, I usually just pit and repair it, especially if it's at the start of the race. Sometimes you get suspension damage where theoretically I could drive, but I'd just retire because who wants to go around for 40 laps with a broken suspension?
Olivier Prima is running 11. About 45 seconds ahead. You're running 12.
Julian for the World Cup, I believe. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Maybe Spain will win it. F1 season, I think it was... I don't know anymore. I was so confident it would be Russell. But now, yeah, maybe Antonelli.
First blue, give way to the car behind when you can.
Do Brazil have a strong team? Who they got? Vinicius Jr. Who else do they have? Rodrigo? Germany and you think Norris could win back to back? If Norris wins this season, at least it will shut some people up saying that he's like the worst F1 world champion ever or something.
Second blue, ease off the power and move over until you are passed.
Oh, he's got an ACL injury, right? Okay. That's true, Crumply, because it's not like they're listening to the radio or anything. They've seen I've done a spin and I'm slowing down. They probably just think a car issue. I don't think I get meatballed. So I'm still slowing. I've still got rear brakes. Oh god, have I started another heated discussion? We've had this discussion multiple times before. It's not Villeneuve. Here's a Segway. Is that how Segway is spelled? Segway. Say, you have 90 viewers. Do we really? Well, thank you very much for watching, everybody.
It's running 11. About 50 seconds ahead.
I'd,
You're running 12.
what does the word implore mean? I feel like this should be used here. I'd implore you to subscribe to the channel if you are not already subscribed.
First blue, give way to the
And
car
like
behind
the
when
stream
you
if
can.
you have been enjoying yourself. Go! Please overtake me! Thank you. Senna is on the second to last lap right now, by the way. I'm now 4 laps down. We've only got 1.5 laps to go. Beg somebody earnestly or desperately to do something. Is that what it means? I would implore. Oh, I don't want to beg. Sorry, I don't want to. Okay, I'll take that back. I'm not imploring anybody to do that because that suggests I'm begging you. I just encourage you to do so because... oh, God, no, they're completely gone now. Holy smokes. There was no braking power at all there. I might actually lose my position to Barrichello if I'm not careful. We've got 1 lap to go. Absolutely no braking power. Or maybe we've got one of the rears still working. Potentially. Senna driver of the day. Thank you, Drewski. I'm not parking it with 1 lap to go. I need to get to the end. 3 seconds ahead of Barrichello. He outraced me in Brazil. Is he going to do the same here today? Look at the track, James.
First blue, give way to the car behind when you can. Second blue, ease off the power and move over.
I'm not even trying to move across him. It's just the brakes aren't working. Please overtake me. I'm going to lose it here. I have to brake so early. He's all over me. Barrichello's on me right now. Just defend the inside. He's done enough to hold off his teammate. Across the line for early, it's 12th. 4 laps down. This Jordan is an absolute dog of a car, may I add. It's so slow. I've deserved a Jaffa cake. I'd happily take a Jaffa cake. Don't do what Jaden did in AMS, yeah. Well, hopefully, Jaden will be getting new pedals soon. I don't know how soon. Eddie's going to have my head. No! I still finished ahead of my teammate. So, just keeping the car on track with a brake failure, probably not doing much in terms of political favour for the team. So maybe Eddie Jordan, yeah, he won't be happy with that. Who's replacing Jaden for the next round? Well, if Jaden can't do the next round, it'll be Nick Heidfeld. Right, unlike in Brazil, I'm not going to do any donuts. For some reason, I just did donuts last time. Nils, if it wasn't Prost, I'd consider it. But it wouldn't make sense bringing you in at Prost when Heidfeld has just done a race and he can be in the car again. You guys want to see donuts for 12th place? No, I can't bring myself to do it. We'll save donuts for the next time I score points. That's true, Jamie. Oh. What are you doing? Luca Badauer driving into me. But it's just in time for football. I can't slow down. I've got no brakes. Oh, disqualified for reversing in the pit lane. There we go. Mate, look at the brakes. Wait, you can't see because my face is on the screen. Can I get rid of that? We had a rear right brake left. Everything else was gone. That's why you don't do a one-stop strategy on a track like this. It kills your brakes.
The Jordan driver, 12th.
That's quite funny. Right, let's write down the race results and then run the post-race scrutineering. And then it'll be the end of the stream. Michael Schumacher. Gerhard Berger. I think the next round's going to be the San Marino Grand Prix. I'm not going to do it for this season, but I'm very tempted to run just the 95, post-94 version of San Marino. Because I much prefer that track. And I think we have good reason to make changes because of what happened to Hakkinen and Alboreto last year. Olivier Grillard. James Early. Rubens Barrichello. Marco Agostini. Before I forget, let's write down who got the fastest lap. Senna got the fastest lap of the race. He set it on lap 51. Ayrton Senna. Williams. Lap 51. 1:11.074. How many drivers finished that race? Agostini. And we have Paul Belmondo 6 laps down. Incredible. Okay. Let's have a look then. Right. 3 drivers picked at random for post-race scrutineering. Gerhard Berger, Pierluigi Martini, and Michael Schumacher. That is Gerhard Berger, Pierluigi Martini, and the Michael. All picked for post-race scrutineering, so let's see what the outcome is. First up to the chopping block is Gerhard Berger, who's fine. Next up is Pierluigi Martini, who is fine. Very close to disqualification. And finally, Michael Schumacher, who is fine. No disqualifications here this weekend. It's all been smooth sailing. And that, everybody, brings an end to today's stream. It's been good to be back on YouTube today. Been good. I hope you've all enjoyed that. We are way behind on the highlights because I only recently started uploading the highlights for this career mode. So it's going to be a while before we get the highlights out for this video. It's going to be ages. It'll be a month, I guess. But I'm going to try and continue to do one video upload on the video channel each day. This is just purely a live streaming channel at the moment. So expect to see more live streams. I'll be live tomorrow for the next round of the F1 Challenge career mode. We'll be at Imola for the San Marino Grand Prix of 93. So make sure to leave a like on this stream if you have enjoyed your time here today. And I'll be live roughly the same time as I've been live today. Maybe a little earlier. Fishfinger, if you don't want to sub, you don't have to be subbed. It just means you won't be able to talk. I have it sub-only chat because it stops bots. If you have it sub-only chat off, you get bots that join. And that's what we used to have all the time. And it's very annoying. So you keep sub-only chat on. I'd appreciate it if you guys enjoy the, streams, subscribe to the channel, You don't have to unsubscribe, You can stay subscribed. Right, anyway. Peace out, Girl Scouts. Catch you in the next one. Goodbye.